Hello everybody, thank you for joining again this week for another video Devo. The title of this week's Devo is Assuming Can Bring Trouble. As soon as you hear that title, you're probably thinking, yeah, you've probably
Definitely.
you've probably all been in situations where you assume and it does not lead to good things when we assume. And there's certain times in life where we assume certain things and it works out, but a lot of times when we assume things, not good. Haven, you want to read the verse?
So it's from James, chapter 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, James chapter 1, verse 19 through 20. It says, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry."
Oh, just thinking about that verse, I know that in the past I've done a devotional on this verse, and maybe in a different way. And a lot of times we are slow to listen, quick to speak, and quick to become angry. We assume things. Last week at our apartment building, we noticed a car parked in our parking lot. Try to make a long story short, it was parked crooked and almost taking up another spot. And I remember my wife and I were like, oh, how could somebody be so inconsiderate and do this?
Yeah, we were
And
so
the whole
mad.
night we were just like, oh, I can't believe that. I hope that they move it soon. And then, part of me was even thinking, gosh, you should leave a note on the windshield saying, park respectfully. I mean, we were just worked up about this and we were frustrated about it. Like, come on, people. Park correctly. Be respectful of everybody else.
Yeah, but then someone else ended up leaving.
Then somebody else had left a note. I think the next morning there was snow, and somebody had left a note, and it wasn't a very nice note, but it was, please park respectfully.
But it was not very
and then
nice
something else
at
on the
the
bottom of it that we won't repeat. But
Yeah.
later on, though, this is where it got interesting. A cop pulled into the parking lot and was talking to some people who parked in another vehicle. By the vehicle was parked crooked. So they were talking and all this. Well, we came to figure out, and when my wife and I had gone by the car, we noticed some glass on the road. And we were like, okay, what's up with that? Did somebody park crooked and they were, they had a bottle in their hand and smashed it on the road, or what's going on? Well, the people that were talking to the cop, a little bit later on, we saw the lights on the car flash.
I was just about to see that.
And we were like, oh my gosh, that was their car. Then it dawned on us. Somebody hit the car and moved it to where it was, and I think they left and they were trying to investigate that. And my oldest daughter was like, you guys need to stop watching cop shows. You're always it's like it was just cool to watch from our window. But it hit me. I'm like, this whole time we were assuming they were doing something selfishly, not caring how they parked. All this time we were completely wrong. We assumed it. And we figured out they were, their car was hit. They had to have a cop come investigate. They moved their car around to their other vehicle and parked it, and all was, good. But it just got me thinking, man, we assume things so much, and we got to stop assuming things because it just gets us into trouble. We need to learn in life to be understanding of people. People get on our nerves, but you know what? We get on other people's nerves too. We assume things way too easily instead of thinking the best, trying to give the benefit of the doubt, and thinking, you know what, we don't know everything there is to know about this story. It's just so easy to assume things. Want to add something?
Yeah. So, definitely a lot of in my life, I've definitely assumed a lot of things. Like, sometimes I even know, like, right away, like if I say something or anything like that. And let's say stuff that I do in my life, like if I getting deep into my life right now, like if I talk too much or something, and I'm like, oh shoot, I think I talk too much, and like I assume about that, and I'm always like assuming that someone's gonna be mad at me and stuff. And definitely in a lot of other stuff, we of course a lot of things out there like car crashes and stuff. We're always like, we could even be like, oh, this person did that, this person did that. We like usually like sometimes like in crashes we even assume that, like if we see like a car crash on the side of the road or like a car accident, we always assume like, oh, this person had to be doing that, like let's say this person had to be going like really fast on the road, and that might not even be like the answer. It might just be something that we're assuming would have happened, but it might not have happened. And definitely a lot of times in life, a lot of us like always assumes um, just just being like, oh yeah, this person probably did that, or this person probably meant to do that, even though stories are definitely not always the same. And your point of view from like two different sides is definitely different. You might assume something, but it might not always be true. Sometimes it can be true, but it's not. It's definitely not good to always assume because of that. Um, because it's definitely not always going to be the same. It's definitely going to be something that you probably wouldn't have guessed. And yeah, you should definitely just like be careful with what you're assuming, because that it's definitely not always going to be the same. And yeah, assuming is not like, was it not a very good thing, I guess? Yeah, it's definitely not a good thing, because that can be because other people might not be very happy with you if you always assume. Sorry. Sorry. um, but yeah, I'm just saying that assuming is just not a very good thing. I'm like losing my voice.
So let's all just be a lot less quick to assume and be more understanding when we can be, and just take the time to just slow down and think through things a little bit more instead of always kind of jumping the gun with our conclusions. So thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time. God bless.
Bye.